are back with more of My Southern Home, and I'm with Kris with Black Diamond Culinary and Sara with Somm in the City, and I'm so happy to be doing a lifestyle segment with you guys.
Thank you. Yes, me too.
So one of the things that's always popular in the South is entertaining and making people feel at home, and I love what you guys done here. So Kris, you have made these beautiful appetizers.
So with springtime coming on, it's wonderful to bring on some fresh fruits. And we have today fresh pineapple with rosemary and mozzarella. And this would go good with any charcuterie board or any tray of fruit to create a pineapple creamsicle if you'd like.
Sara, you have paired a beautiful rosé with this.
Absolutely, yeah. So this is one of my new go-to spring wines, the Estelado by Miguel Torres. This is a Chilean wine. It's absolutely fantastic for spring, summer, anytime you need an aperitif. I think it goes perfect with the pineapple, the mozzarella, and the rosemary. You have a little bit of this herbaceousness from the paille scrape that we use in the wine. And then you also have the rosemary will complement it. The mozzarella has enough fattiness to break through that acidity, and the pineapple just adds that perfect zesty tanginess at the end.
And Kris, when you're putting together a beautiful event for someone, because you do cater private parties, very high-end private parties, do you think about what you're going to pair the wine with in advance, or do you come up with a menu and then bring the wines in?
So what I like to do is, if they have a bartender or a sommelier on board, is to work with the sommelier to pair their beautiful wines with beautiful foods.
And Sara, you are a sommelier and you started a blog, Somm in the City, which is really cool and I love it. And so what goes into picking the perfect wine for a meal?
Yeah, so what I like to look for first is I like to look for fat, salt, and acidity. What does this dish have? How much volume is it going to add to the wine? And then what I also like to look at with my wines, I like to think, are we matching fruit? Are we going for a little bit of a daring pairing and trying to do some conflicting flavors? With this particular pairing, I chose spring as well as herbaceousness. So I really wanted to kind of pick up the notes of rosemary and bring out more of this minerality in the wine. And I feel like together you're really going to see them showcase each other. So this would be, I would say, more of a complementary pairing.
And Kris, I love how this appetizer is so easy. Can you show everyone at home how to make this?
Yes, because of our food supply chain, toothpicks have also been a rarity in the grocery stores. So another way to use rosemary is to actually use it as a toothpick. So what we want to do is we get our little mozzarella balls, and you just put a couple onto the rosemary, and then you get fresh pineapple, or if you choose not to use fresh pineapple, you can use canned pineapple instead. You can stand them up, lay them down, and it will make any charcuterie board absolutely gorgeous.
I love how you can serve them both ways, and I never thought about standing it up until I just saw you do that, and it's so cute.
You can have it standing up if you have just a little bit of room left on a charcuterie board, but if you have a lot of space to fill, it's always nice to lay them down.
Well, what's neat about this too is if you have a busy schedule but like to entertain, like myself, little appetizers like this bring beauty and class to a charcuterie board, to a plate of filet or chicken or whatever you want to serve, and it just adds some fun to the party.
And plus it's a healthy appetizer as well. Bringing in fresh fruits, cheeses is always a nice go-to instead of heavy meats or other products on a charcuterie board that you might want to not dive into.
And Sara, when you think about pairing food with wine, I've always heard that if you're eating fish or if you're eating chicken, you should do a white wine. And if you're eating something, heavier like a filet mignon, you go with the red. Is that true, or is it kind of whatever you want?
Right. So my motto is eat what you like and drink what you love. Ultimately, that should be the perfect pairing. However, those rules do still apply. I mean, I love to enjoy white wines with fish and white meat, as well as red wines with red meat. But there are definitely a lot of whites and sparkling wines, including the Estelado here, that could easily stand up to red meat. So you can easily enjoy this wine with a flank steak, pork carnitas, tacos. I mean, this wine goes with so much, and it's super easy to drink, very light and effervescent, and it just has the most gorgeous color for spring.
So Kris, what are some of the other appetizers that you can do that are very easy to make like this one?
Just adding more fruits onto your board, adding some more vegetables if you're wanting to stay on the lighter side for spring and summer coming up. And also think about the pairings that you're going to be serving with your charcuterie boards.
And Sara, what are your favorite wines for this spring for parties?
That's a great question. So I'm always a fan of having a sparkling wine of some sort. So whether it's champagne, Cremant, or Cava, as well as our Chilean sparkling we have right here. However, these mineral-driven, really nice old world whites, I always say are perfect to break out at a party. I also love American wines, so I'm definitely been drinking a lot from Oregon as well as Washington State. Those regions are really well known for their wines, as well as they offer a lot of varietals and pairing-friendly options.
All right, great. Well, thank you guys so much
Thank
for being with
you.
me today.
Thank you, Miss Kimberly.
You know, we're all about home and entertaining people and bringing people into your home, and showing how much you love them is a big part of having a Southern home. So I'm happy to have you guys on the show today.
Thank you
so
for
much
having
for
us.
having us.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.